Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, in the house again.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, everybody. There you go. See,
I just like spending time with her, but yeah, I'm normally just taking care of a lot of things.
People came to play. Don't let them transform you.
what's up? 2021 in the house. How are you guys doing? Peace out, 2020. Arrivederci, ciao, adios, every language. You are out of there, 2020. Welcome on into Raghouse Media. I'm your host, April Duran, and I'm so excited tonight. We have a new platform touching on a lot of subjects: gaming, sports, entertainment, music, breaking news. You guys don't be afraid to jump in the comments and say what you got to say, whether it's bad, good, or whatever. We're excited to hear from you. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's, safe. Okay, you know what? We're going to have a really fun show tonight. Without further ado, help me welcome on in my guests for music. We have Fredo. What's up, Fredo? How are you doing?
Well, what's up, baby? Everything's going amazing right now. I'm feeling great. I just can't wait for this amazing show. And I know we got some special people along with us as well. So let's get going with it.
That's right. And make sure you tune into the Fredo Show on YouTube every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Just in case you forget, all you have to do is jump on all the freeways in SoCal, and he has billboards popping up everywhere. The Fredo Show.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Tonight, he's Fredo for music for Raghouse Media. Thank you so much for cruising on in.
No problem.
And for gaming, we have Austin. What's up, Austin?
What's going on, beautiful people? It's Austin here. Happy 2021. We made it. It's about time.
We're live, Austin. We're live. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful Monday. I woke up at 1 p.m. today. I'm ready for a great show. It's going to be great.
I was having lunch at 1 p.m. already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Austin, so good to see you. Happy New Year. And
back
for
at you.
Entertainment, all the way from Mexico in Zacatecas, we have Andrea. What's up, Andrea?
Hi, everybody. It's Andrea Gonzalez here, reporting on entertainment. I'm so excited. This is my first show, but it's not going to be my last, for sure. I'm super excited.
Yay! Andrea, Happy New Year.
Welcome.
You guys. Yeah, Mexico City in the house.
Wow.
And without further ado, for sports, we have Juan.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up, Juan? How are you doing?
What's up?
I am doing good, and I think I might find my new resolution already in this group. My New Year's resolution is to be like Austin, to have a schedule like his, to wake up at 1 and live your life. That's my New Year's resolution. I want that life right there.
well, Ray, sign me up for that one as well.
Exactly. We have Jason Weber from San Diego in the house. What's up, Jason Weber? He's saying hi to everybody.
What's up, Jason? I see him
Hello,
on Instagram
Jason.
all the time, man. I see him on
What's up,
Instagram all the
Jason?
time. Jason, what's up, Jason?
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to have a giveaway by Whole Life Soap. So stay tuned for details on that. We're going to ask you a question, and if you're the first person to answer correctly in the comments, you will win a wonderful prize. Raghouse Media, always supporting local business. In the comments, Raghouse Media. We'll be showing a commercial for Whole Life Soap, so make sure you tune in for that. But before we go any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Hotbox Vintage out in South Pasadena.
Hi, I'm Delilah, and I own Hotbox Vintage in South Pasadena, California. At Hotbox, our goal is curating vintage pieces that you can't live without. Our collection includes everything from the 1940s to even the early 2000s. What excites us is eclectic and unconventional style since there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fashion. Hotbox is priced for accessibility so that literally anyone can discover some vintage gems of their own. Plus, it's sustainable. Find us on Instagram and use code RAGHOUSE at checkout for 20% off your first order at hotboxvintage.com.
That's right. Make sure you use promo code RAGHOUSE for 20% off. Jump on hotboxvintage.com. They're one of our sponsors. Okay, without further ado, Fredo Music. What's up?
Wow. I want to hear this. Let it drop, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is right now. Yeah, we are live here. It's time for the Fredo Spotlight to give you guys here live on Rag House Media. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I'm doing this with two new guests, that we do have here with us today, Andrea and the one and only Juan as well. So before I want to talk about what I want to talk about with you guys, I want to get a little bit of your guys' music taste. I always ask everybody that joins our show about your music taste. So let's go ahead and start. Ladies, go first. Andrea, what type of music do you enjoy? What type of music do you enjoy while you're driving out on the freeways?
Well, obviously, I'm in Mexico. You can't go wrong with reggaeton. You can't go wrong with some good bops. Bad Bunny, Ozuna. That's like my go-to jam. But other than that, I'm very like whatever on the radio, like some Ariana Grande, some Bruno Mars. That's my Rihanna. I love her. I don't know. I love the classic. Everybody knows those type of songs. Some 2000 music.
All right, that's a perfect era right there. The 2000 music, I feel it's always, you got good music from everybody put together. That's a very good era right there. So that's good. That's some good taste right there. So Juan, let us know about your taste. Juan, what do you listen to while you're driving?
Man, I am a classical man myself. I am the one where it's a Saturday afternoon, get in the car, go a little down Venice Beach, put on some Temptations, and let's get this good night rolling.
Oh, you that type of man. All right, Juan. All right, I like your style, man.
I'm a little romantic myself. I'm a little romantic man. That's how I got my wife, Met her, picked her up, and it's like, hey, I'll take you. But before that, let me put on some Temptations for you real quick. You just enjoy the ride. I'll take you home. Don't worry about it.
Turn it up, Juan. And that is Juan here with us. So real quick, guys, talking about, some incredible things. Let's talk about a little bit Nicki Minaj. I'm pretty sure Andrea and everybody else here knows what Nicki Minaj and who she is. So right now she's on the headlines, guys. She's on the headlines since she reportedly is being sued by another artist for $200 million. Just stop for a second. If you're going to sue somebody, and it's not something that big, which we're going to talk about right now, but when you write it down and you're going to somebody say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do these legal things, and I'm going to sue somebody for $200 million. If you were to win that lawsuit, April, what would you do with $200 million?
Oh my God. This sounds really funny, but I would give a lot of that money to my mom and dad. They took care of us growing up, so I would pay all off. I pay anything they needed or wanted. I know my dad's been wanting to go to Hawaii, but because of COVID, they can't because their health is compromised. And then I'd go buy myself a badass ride, and then another badass ride that's old school, like a classic Caddy convertible. And then I would just, take my little family, my fiance and my son all around the world and travel. I'll just travel, and then maybe buy a house. I've never wanted a house. Maybe. I have a house right now, but I've never, my dream was never to purchase a home, but just travel and look, awesome in a car.
Austin, what would you do, Austin?
All right. First things first. As a guy my age in the situation I'm in, my student loans out the window. Take care of that first. Get them out of there. Don't want to think about them. Those are gone. Secondly, I'm going to buy a Tesla. Now, which Tesla? A Cybertruck. I'm buying a Cybertruck. I'll wait till they get distributed, but I'm getting the Cybertruck.
He ordered one.
Yeah,
the one who owns Grave Before Shave, he ordered one. He just posted that. They're crazy.
Yeah. get one of those, and then of course I'd help my parents out a little bit, and then I'd buy myself a property. Obviously, buy some property myself. Build a house though. I wouldn't buy a house by itself. I'd get it built the way I want it.
All right, Juan, what would you do?
I mean, I think anybody in this world, especially in this country, first things first, got to take care of some debts.
Yes.
Whatever it is, take care of the little loans I got to do. Whatever it is. After that, honestly, I would probably donate it to something that I do that's near and dear to my heart, and I would give at least half to the Boys and Girls Club of America. That's what I actually kind of
That would be nice. I as a kid, I attended the Boys and Girls Club, so I was one of those kids always part of those things there.
Oh yeah, no, that's nice. Because those kids are the future, man, and we got to take care of them. They're in a rough patch, but I think that's what I would do. And then the other 100 million, just help my family, help out whatever they need, and after that, get a new identity. See ya.
That's nice. That's nice. I wish we could all do that every single time. Andrea, what would you do?
I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a lot of money, but for
sure, 200 million.
I know that's like insane. I feel like I would just be like April. I'd want to travel the world. I would want to like get to know new places. Obviously, help my family. Probably pay off all my sister's colleges off because I'm the oldest of 5. So, prepare them for their future. And I don't know. Like I feel like there's so much money left over, even if you just do that. I'd probably donate it as well, like what Juan said. So. I don't know. That's too much to think about. It's so broad. It's so crazy.
That's a good thing. But the guy that's actually suing for these $200 million that goes by the name of Brinks Billions, who claims that he wrote and created a song which was produced by Nicki Minaj in 2016, which is called Rich Sex, featuring Lil Wayne. This was a nice hit back in 2016. And this guy, goes by let me put his real name out there. According to TMZ, his real name is Jawara Hetley. That is his, legal birth name, but goes by the name of Brinks Billions. And this man is suing her, claiming that, he wrote the song, he created it. Nicki made a lot of money out of it and still making money out of it. So now he's suing her for $200 million. And Nicki is saying, hey, you know what? I gave him credit. But I'm not giving him full credit or full creation, which, if you're the guy who claims he created the whole song, brought her into the studio, Nicki said, I love the song, you should do it, it's going to be a great hit. Then she goes behind his back, puts the song out there, now she's making the billions and getting all the hits. So, I don't know, what do you guys think about that?
That happens all the time.
I know, 2016?
Round 1.
Exactly. That stuff happens all the time in music, so it's unfortunate, but it's the I don't know what would you guys do. That I just know it happens all the time.
No, it does. It does with this thing.
I feel like
I can't imagine a guy. I just can't imagine a guy waiting. What is it? 4 years now, saying I did this. Like, dude, 4 years? Like, no, I'm sorry, man. Like, that's a very hard thing. Like, you have to give me every evidence in the world that you did this.
He's probably just running broke. He's going broke. It's a pandemic. I mean, I'm pretty sure he just needs some money now. He's like, hey, you know what? I did that. $200 million right now. Pay up. And that's exactly what
I think there's a backstory. Maybe he's been back and forth with her, and she said maybe she promised, that he would be part of something. You can't, for him to just come out this late in the game. There's definitely something else going on that they're forgetting to tell us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 200 million. That's the stimmy plus right there.
That's one of the biggest
right there.
Seriously, but that's one of the biggest talks. It's kind of like, why would you be suing for $200 million? The song maybe never even made $200 million. Why sue for that much? But apparently, maybe he's broke and he wants to make some money. One person who doesn't need to make any money is the one and only Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, the D-O-double-G, out of Long Beach. No need to make money, but he is taking shots at people. He's taking shots at the one and only Eminem. You know, Eminem right now. You kind of whoever thought that Snoop Dogg and Eminem would be like beefing with each other right now in 2021. Right. You know, so it's crazy, especially with both of them being in, you know, in the certain part of their careers. But both of them are beefing, and they're beefing for a certain reason, because Snoop Dogg made an appearance on the radio hit show The Breakfast Club out in New York just, you know, a few months ago, and he literally said Eminem is not a top 10 artist of all time, which is kind of true. I mean, I personally don't consider Eminem a top 10 artist of all time. I mean, there's so many other artists who are way better than Eminem. No disrespect to the man, but you know, he's good. He's good. He's not great. What do you guys think about Eminem?
I like him.
I like him too.
I think he's a lyrical genius. Honestly, he puts together a lot of words that I'm like, what? He just said that and put it together? That's pretty awesome. He's different.
Right.
He's different too.
I like Eminem. I think that's the last dude I would kind of beef with, though, because I've seen what he does as far as dissing to others. I don't think I want to go into that game with them.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both evenly talented. They're both evenly, you know. I mean, maybe Snoop Dogg's way above Eminem because of everything that Snoop Dogg does for he does a lot of things, and not just, you know, music and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, one of the things that people were saying was like, hey, you know, the reason why they don't consider Eminem being a top 10 rapper of all time is because he took years off. He took maybe 6, 7, 8 years off without not doing anything, and you know. And you got to stay relevant with, you know, with nowadays with everyone going, because people will forget about you. And that's practically what happened with Eminem. A lot of people forgot about him. But yeah, so any last comments on Eminem before we move on to a much more interesting thing?
Let's move on to what I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Well, this one has to do with Cardi B. I know April and both of you two down here, Andrea and Juan, are getting join us to see Cardi B's latest video, which Megan Thee Stallion WAP. I know it was a very interesting video for everyone to see that video, but currently Cardi B is doing
what's the
WAP,
title?
WAP.
But what is it? What does it mean?
Oh, well, it's something that we kind of don't want to say right now. not on live TV right now, but
say words that rhyme with what it means. Say rhyming words. Can you say rhyming words, Fredo? He's blushing. He's getting embarrassed.
Yeah, not right now. I guess we'll take it. We'll move on from this one. But real quick, you know, Cardi B had that type of skill set, and right now she's showing us a different type of skill set. And this time she's taking it to the court, to the basketball court, with the NBA star Damian Lillard. You know, right now we all know Cardi B. I'm not sure if anyone has checked it out there, but Cardi B has her own reality show. Her own reality show that's called Cardi Tries. Cardi Tries on Facebook, so you can go ahead and catch that show on Facebook. And she has Damian Lillard come into her episode, and they're doing things. You know, she's trying to, you know, learn how to play basketball with Damian Lillard. And this was filmed. There was a lot of comments, a lot of things going about this, but I'm not sure if you guys remember. Cardi B kind of left her husband at the time, her husband Offset, and she moved on. A lot of people say that Damian Lillard has something going on with Cardi B right now. Look, I'm looking at my other screen right now. I'm looking at a picture of Cardi B and Damian Lillard kind of doing a video together. Like, for me to see that is kind of weird, but a lot of people are kind of claiming that that's the new hot couple right there. What do you guys think about, you know, Cardi B with the basketball star?
I mean, we've heard it before. I mean, the Kardashians were kind of the first to kind of like, oh, well, I got this dude, I got that dude. I think, you know, entertainers, athletes, they got to just, because it's bad news. It always ends up in bad news.
Right.
Whether it was Kim with Rachel Bush. You know, it's because it's two different cliques. You know, people think that, oh, entertainers, athletes, they can coexist because they hang out with the same clique. It doesn't really work out that way. You know, it's two different types of environments, you know. And I mean, there was, you know, Chloe and Lamar. We ended up seeing the problems they ended up having. If I'm Cardi B, I stay away. I stay away if I'm Damian.
That's funny. Well, You know what? I hope Cardi B, wishing Cardi B all the best. Whoever she's
wish him luck.
We're all wishing her the best. We're all wishing her the best. But yep, that is the Fredo Spotlight there here on Rag House Media, guys.
All right. We have Ashley in the house. Ashley Valle. What's up, Ashley? Thank you so much for tuning in. We also have Jason. We're getting a lot of love for Andrea. I love you, Andrea. Well, Andrea, guess what? We love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Here we go. I thought that was part of the song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? It's your boy Austin. You're all looking beautiful today. I mean, the boys and the girls. So today I want to talk about 3 things. I want to talk about this big streamer, I guess you could say, thing going on Twitch. A bunch of gaming streamers are playing the same game at the same time on the same server. Talk about that a little bit. And then I want to talk about my favorite games of 2020. And then I want to talk about my most anticipated games coming into this year of 2021. So I'm going to dive right into it. So right now on Twitch, there's a huge thing going on for content creators on a game called Rust. It's like a more human-like survival game. You're kind of Minecraft, but a little more deadlier and a little more realistic, you could say. You're a human on a stranded island, and you got to use your resources to survive. And everyone can you can build houses, you can build castles, you can build a freaking helicopter, all that kind of stuff.
Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly like Minecraft, yeah. And so what's going on is there's like over 50 streamers in one server, and it was started by this one group called Offline TV, and they're a house of content streamers. It features Scara, Pokimane, it features Michael Reeves, Disguised Toast, and Lily Pichu. Those are the main 5 people, and they are all huge names on different platforms. And they invited a bunch of other friends, and then their friends invited their friends. But last week they invited a streamer named XQC, who is known to be a little over the top, you could say. He likes to yell a lot, likes to scream a lot. And he's one of those guys who a lot of people watch him for the comedy of the idiot that he can be on stream. And what he did was he kind of took the nature of the fun server and he made it into like trying to gun everyone down on the server. And it got really toxic, really intense. And so what's happening now is that they're shutting down the server tonight at midnight, that server, and they're creating 2 new ones for 2 different groups of streamers. There's the streamers who want to go around and try and kill other streamers on the server. And there's another one called RP, where you can role play a certain like group. So you can have like a police squad. You can have also a group of people called Team Rocket who go out and cause mayhem. But they don't do anything. They don't kill the streamers. They just light things on fire or steal some stuff. Nothing too toxic. It's all in good fun. And so what's happening now is the internet is now taking sides on who is in the right, who's in the wrong. So in my opinion, I feel like when they expanded the server to let other people invite other people, it kind of got mixed into a little bit of, well, I don't like this person, but you said I can invite this person. It's just a little game of telephone in the end. And that's something that I don't really like seeing. I don't like seeing streamer rivalries, you could say. Not too big a fan. It's the same thing as if like a musician has beef with another musician, like Eminem and Snoop Dogg. You know, it all just adds up in the end. Same thing. You know, XQC shoots and kills Pokemon's character on Rust, and next thing you know, they're not talking for another 2 months, even though like 2 weeks ago they were nice, they were good friends. It's really weird. But one thing I will admit that I like about this going on is that it brings everyone together at one point in one game, and which is really fun for the website of Twitch, and the content creators who are a lot smaller are getting noticed from this. So a lot of audiences are growing as well. There's one guy on this server named Abe. He's the creator of the server. He at first was averaging around 1,000 to 2,000 people when he was playing Minecraft about a month ago. And now he's averaging about 10 to 11,000 viewers on Twitch. Now imagine Rag House Media Twitch stream getting over 10,000 viewers. Yeah, exactly. It'd be so weird. The transition from 1,000 to 11,000, even like from 5 to 50, it just, everything blows up. You get lost in it, and then you just hope that you don't get lost in yourself either. You don't want to be all big egotistical either.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. How did that happen? How did that happen again? Say again.
So really just Offline TV, they wanted to all play a game together with a bunch of other streamers. And so they thought about, let's play the game Rust and invite our friends. And they can invite their friends and so on and so on. And it just blew up into one giant drama bubble now.
That sounds kind of fun though. actually.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can get lost in so many different games with so many different people. Like that, you got multiple servers in. So like you can get lost in Minecraft, you can get lost in Ark Survival Evolved. There's a new game called Raft where you are on like in the water on a little wooden raft, and it's your job to build around that and try and use the resources of different islands around you. Like there's tons of games like that, and I really enjoyed that aspect of like the streaming world and the gaming world. But now we're gonna move on. I'm gonna talk about my game of the year for 2020. The long year, gaming took a huge rise. But before we get started, Andrea, Juan, I want to know your favorite video game. Go ahead, let me hear it.
You could take this one, Andrea. Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, the last time I played a game was probably on a DS. That's so embarrassing to say.
That's fine. What game? What game?
Probably like Super Mario Bros. That was my go-to, the favorite. That's a classic. That's probably my favorite one. And my dad used to have like the old set, so like the original, and with the little Game Boy thing,
the little tiny controllers. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the little square.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite. But if not, I'll probably say Minecraft because
it's a good one.
You can't go wrong with Minecraft.
That's all reliable to me right there. That's all reliable. What about you, Juan?
I'm about to show my age a little bit, but I remember the days of actually getting on your bike, going to an arcade. You got your bag of quarters that they're winters of cutting your neighbor's grass, and
yes, I can totally relate. Yes, go ahead.
So, I think for me, old school wise, Frogger. Everybody loves Frogger.
Can't go wrong.
That was my game back in the day. Everybody loved Pac-Man and Arcade.
Yeah.
Frogger, that was my thing. That was my thing.
You can attribute Frogger to so many different games these days. Also, Frogger is kind of like the beginner of. Remember that game on the iPhone, Crossy Road? Remember that game? That's like Frogger modern.
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's basically Frogger.
But if I was gonna say new, I really just
you out.
Yeah, yes.
Play PS2.
I still have my PS2. Yeah,
so do I. So do I.
Thank you.
But
PlayStation 2, that's kind of old, though. That's old.
I'm gonna say probably the newest Grand Theft Auto games. I mean,
GTA 5 is a good one.
That's
a really good one.
It's weird because when I started GTA 3, it was just blocks, and now it's like, oh, you're a real life person.
Yep.
I'm just like amazed on like technology and all that stuff. I'm like, whoa.
I completely agree with you. GTA 5 has really changed the game when it comes to both open world maps as well as, the company Rockstar that makes it. They use GTA 5 as a building point to all their new games. You incorporate the GTA 5 model to Red Dead Redemption 2, nearly the same kind of gameplay, same engine, but, little improvements here and there from the gap of the releases. And I'm a huge fan of GTA 5, huge fan of Rockstar because they never had a bad release, in my opinion, in the last 5 years. So now I want to talk about my favorite games. So first off, one game that I really enjoyed. This came out in the beginning of quarantine. I'm talking all the way back in March. Animal Crossing's New Horizons. It's a classic game. It's a simple life simulator. For those of you who don't know, Animal Crossing's been around for a long time, since the GameCube days. And I was a huge fan of Animal Crossing back on the original Nintendo DS, the original when it only came in the silver or the blue one. And I had Animal Crossing's New Leaf. And that game took up all my time. I was a huge fan of that. And then New Horizons came out on the Nintendo Switch right when quarantine started. If you remember right, there were so many Twitter memes, a lot of TikToks made about Animal Crossing. A lot of people were playing the game, and it's still being played a lot today. I think what people like about the game, one thing I like about it as well, is it's an escape from the real world. The world had just gone to shit with the coronavirus. Excuse my language. And this game comes out and says, stay home, play this game. You're going to get lost in it. And I did too. For a good 2-3 weeks, I got lost in it until I got my big computer back and I stopped playing it. But other than that, it's a great game. I consider it one of my favorite games of the year. Definitely a top 3. And for some people, it's even the game. It could be the game of the year. My second game of the year that I really enjoyed, that I know a lot of people enjoyed, is a new release from the developer Riot Games who have developed the really famous free-to-play game League of Legends. It's their shooter called Valorant. It's I think 5-on-5 or 6-on-6. I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember. It's a sort of a reactor to the game CS:GO. It's if you play Call of Duty, you know the game mode Search and Destroy. It's like that all the time. You're always playing Search and Destroy on different maps. But what's different about this compared to CS:GO, where it's just normal army shooters, your characters have different abilities and different things they can throw and shoot and use. So it's like a futuristic way of a shooter game. And I'm not good at shooters. I will admit it right now. I'm the worst at Call of Duty, the worst at Halo, worst at Valorant. I'm the worst. I can't do anything.
I love shooting games.
Yeah, I can't.
Those are my favorite.
I have no aim at all. I play with my friends online, and I play one game, and I get frustrated at myself more than I do at the game.
you gotta play some NBA 2K21. That's it. NBA 2K21.
I have played played a bit of 2K in my life. I've played a lot of 2K18, a lot of 2K19. And if my friends Saul or Michael are watching, my college roommates, I'd like to thank them because they let me play it on their PS4s back then.
Nice.
So thank you guys. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But my overall, what's up, everyone?
Oh no, I was just gonna say Juan didn't sound too old about Frogger, but yeah, it's an old game. But Galaga, how come nobody's come out with like a cooler? I love Galaga. That's my go-to.
Because you can't remake a Galaga. It's Galaga.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right here, April. We're right here, okay? We're right here.
That's my favorite thing with the two spaceships.
You cannot remake a good Galaga. Something like that. They even referenced it in the very first Avengers movie, if you remember, when Tony Stark walks onto the big helicarrier. He's just talking like, that man's playing Galaga.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
He must be my age.
Yeah, exactly. So that's no. But overall,
Exactly.
Yeah. Overall, though, my game of the year of 2020 was it's a cross-platform mobile and PC game, Among Us. AMONG space us. Among Us.
Ooh.
Big fun game. It came out this year with a small indie team of like 5 people. The game has generated over like 10 billion players. Hours played. Millions of users have played it, and it's been one of the most popular games on Twitch and in the gaming world for the last 3-4 months. What it is it's like a game of Mafia. If you guys know what that game is, there's 8 to 10 people. You go into a lobby, and then 2 people or 1 person is called the imposter, and everyone else has to do tasks around the map by walking around. And you got to connect the wires. You got to remember the tune, like bop it. You got to do stuff like that. And then people who are the imposters have to pretend like they're doing the activities while trying to kill everyone that's doing their activities. It's a really fun game. It's like a party game, I guess you could say. You can play it at parties. You can play it together with people. I played it a lot. I think 2 months ago, I played a good amount of it with my friends, both online and in person. And
what's it called? Among Us?
Among Us, yeah.
Among Us. Do you know what it is, Andrea?
Yes. Whenever I think of Among Us, I always think of what's her name, the Congresswoman, the young girl, AC.
AOC. Yes.
AOC, yeah. I always think of that how she streamed and it went like viral. Like everybody was loving her.
Back in November, yep.
Yeah, it just represented like us young kids in a political person, it felt like it was more like she touched base with everybody that was younger because she was playing Among Us. Like it was crazy.
Yep.
I was watching and I was
streamed on Twitch. Yep, she streamed on Twitch because she wanted to get the young people who were of age to get the word out to go vote. So she played the most popular game, and she played with the most popular streamers as well. Among Us has blown up so many streamers' careers. Valkyrie, who streams on YouTube, she jumped from like 20,000 viewers to like over 100K every day now on YouTube. It's crazy. Corpse Husband, who is known on YouTube for telling scary stories, he's got a really deep voice. No one's ever seen his face. He's got the deepest voice I've ever heard, but it's because of a disease he has. We'll talk about that another time. But he jumped from like 30,000 viewers to his streams, and now he averages like 150 to 200,000 viewers.
Wow.
This game completely blew everyone up on YouTube, Twitch, even Facebook gaming streams had over 20,000 viewers, and that's Facebook gaming. That's what I'm saying.
Is the thing.
Yeah, it's crazy how much one game can change so many people's lives. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think that Among Us got so popular because we were on quarantine, and it was like a way for all of us to like be together in a way, and like play online.
I could jump in a game right now, and no one would even know. I could do it on my phone. I could do it on another monitor. No one would ever know. It's great.
Slotty Pat said Bum Nation. Is that something I don't understand?
I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about. But what's up, Slutty Patty? How's it going?
Slutty Patty, I like that word. That's cool.
So that's my game of the year. That's my game of the year.
Bum Nation. Oh, you know what they're talking about? I know what they're talking about. Bum Nation. They're talking about Raider Nation. That's what they're talking about.
Oh man!
Oh,
Oh man!
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. I mean, they're talking about bums.
Oh man!
Let's not start a fight yet. Let's not start a fight yet.
I'm taking shots at the Raiders.
Look at poor Juan. Oh my God. Uh-oh. He's like, all right.
I'm gonna wrap me up real quick. So Juan, no, Juan, you're not leaving. Sit down. Sit your butt down. Sit your butt down. Sit your butt down. I'm gonna do my last segment real quick so you can attack Fredo real quick. Okay. The most anticipated games of 2021. I got 3 good ones for you. My first most anticipated game, Far Cry 6. It's a whole new storyline, whole new characters. My favorite part about it is if for fans of Breaking Bad or The Mandalorian now, the bad guy who plays Gus Fring and Moff Gideon in Mandalorian, that actor, he plays the bad guy in Far Cry 6. And if you look at the trailers, which I want you guys to look at later on, well, we don't have time right now, but the graphics in the game, he looks like he's there in person. But motion capture has gone so far in this world to where someone could put on a motion capture suit and someone else behind the camera can make it look like a video game, and you won't even tell the difference. I love it so much. That's a really good game I'm looking forward to. Another game looking forward to is God of War Ragnarok, the sequel to God of War that came out 2-3 years ago, which won Game of the Year, I believe, a couple years ago. That's a really fun game coming out for PS4 exclusively, or PS5 exclusively, sorry. The first game blew people's breaths away, and this one should do the same. God of War is based around one character named Kratos, who is like a god amongst men who can fight just about anyone. So I'm really looking forward to that game. And my last game I'm looking forward to is another sequel, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. The first Breath of the Wild came out for the Nintendo Switch about 2-3 years ago as well, and it was a fantastic game. Open world. You can spend so many hours in it and not beat the game yet, and not even complete everything yet. People are still playing the first one to this day, trying to beat everything to do 100% it.
Wow.
So I think Breath of the Wild 2 will be even bigger and even better than the last one, because Breath of the Wild really was a good, I guess you could say, what's the word I'm looking for, like revive of Legend of Zelda series. B&B McLovin said they're excited for Among Us 2. Yeah, I'm excited for the PC 2 as well. Yeah. So that's
Slutty Patty. So who's Slutty Patty? Is that your friend?
It's not my friend. I don't know them, but they seem like a great person.
They're funny. Y'all some bummies.
Y'all some bummies.
But that wraps up
everybody.
That wraps me up. I'm wrapping it up. Patty, call me a bum once again. I'm over it.
Slutty Patty, Austin. Yay, Austin. All right. You. Well, there you go. That's a gaming for you. God, Austin, so much information in gaming. I can't even get over it. And there's so many people involved. And God, maybe Raghouse Media should start just playing games so we could go from 10 followers to 10,000.
I mean, all everything on YouTube, gaming is going crazy. I mean, gaming videos on YouTube are crazy.
It's nuts. So we're going to hear a word from our advertiser right here, Whole Life Soaps.
At Whole Life Soaps in Wrightwood, California, we have over 45 varieties of bar soap, handmade lotions, face creams, and sugar scrubs. We have bubble bath bombs and shower steamers. And we have deodorants, candles, lip balms, and a whole lot more. All of our products are handmade for your health because we believe that what you put onto your body is just as important as what you put into it. So shop online at wholelifesoaps.com or visit us in Wrightwood, California.
If you guys want to win a prize by Whole Life Soaps, first person to answer, BMB just said, but me a soap. You guys play Rocket League. Okay, we have some comments that we have to get back to. But first, answer this question. Whoever can answer this question first will win a package from Whole Life Soaps. They're amazing. You're going to love them. Everybody that gets them, men and women, kids, they always message me. They're like, oh my God, these things are the soaps, the conditioners. Okay, question. Who is Cardi B dating right now? Answer it. be the first person in the comments. You will be the winner. I'll be reaching out to you. Slutty Patty Offset. So who is Slutty Patty? BMB says I'm. Yeah. So answer, who is Cardi B dating right now? First person to answer correctly. We're not going to waste any time right now. Cruising on in. We have.
Hi guys, I'm here talking about entertainment. We have a lot, all the time. I feel like entertainment is such a there's always something going on, so it's always a list and things just keep on happening and happening. But first off, even though Nicki Minaj is getting sued for $200 million, she did show a picture of her newborn son, and that's how we're starting off our 2021. It kind of went viral, like she was trending on Twitter and everything, because Nicki Minaj was well known and her son is very cute. Have you guys seen a picture of him?
I have. Yeah. I saw a little cute patootie.
Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, a lot of pregnancies were announced during quarantine. I don't know if you guys noticed. There's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of girls that just announced that they were pregnant.
So I wonder why.
No, but there was so many people that announced that were pregnant, and there were so many new faces and new lives that are going to be born in 2021, especially in the memes in the media and all that stuff. But other than that, did you guys hear that The Office is now streaming not on Netflix anymore? It's streaming on another device. Did you guys find out? There was a whole Twitter scandal about it all.
I don't like it.
We go watch them.
Do any of you guys watch The Office?
Oh, I watched it just to say I watched it. That's the only reason why I watched it, just to get it over with. And I've seen Friends, I've seen Parks and Recreation, and now I've seen The Office. I've seen all the big ones. So,
I mean, I think financially it was a very good switch over to leave Netflix, because they promoted the new streaming device so well, because a lot of people are so loyal to The Office. It feels like it's a loyalty thing rather than The Office is so good or The Office is so funny and all this stuff. I think it's more of a loyalty. You're either Team Office or I hate The Office. I've never met someone that's it's all right. They're like, oh my God, I love The Office. It's my whole personality. Or it's I've never watched it. There's no in between. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like that's how it's about The Office and big shows like that.
With the Office itself, I mean, The Office is a good show, but I feel like I'm gonna land right in the middle. I'm like, it's something I'll watch if it's on TV. I'm not gonna go out and chase it. But it's all right.
My fiance watches it, and right when I walk in and I see him watching it, I walk out. For some reason, I just can't handle it.
That might be me right there. That might be me.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I think it's because I love that type of comedy, like the slapstick comedy. For me, I love Step Brothers, but there's people, it's you love that? Nobody likes Step Brothers. It's either you love it or you don't love it. So I understand where you're coming from, Andrea. I get it.
I just feel like it's very long. There's so many seasons. It's a whole dedication thing. It's Team Office over here. There's no let me just watch some of the episodes. It's more I need to watch The Office. It's a whole team over here.
Slutty Patty said y'all listen to Justin Bieber.
I did when I was little
too. Hey, first of all, Slutty Patty, whoever you are, let us know who you are. I mean, someone needs to know this Slutty Patty, man. This case, kind of trying to take over the show here, Slutty Patty.
Slutty Patty is taking over the show.
Let me get your autograph, Slutty Patty. Let me get your autograph.
I love it. Slutty Patty. He just says Slutty Patty.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
Carlita says Slutty Patty is awesome.
This is a Slutty Patty fan club now.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
This is a Slutty Patty show, right? Hell's Media.
Slutty Patty should be our sponsor.
You know what? I'm gonna change my name to Slutty Patty now. I'm no longer Fredo Cervantes. I'm Slutty Patty now. Wow.
Other than that, did you guys hear that fighter Ryan Garcia knocked out Luke Campbell? That was like the whole main thing.
Yeah, I actually watched the fight. Over the weekend.
Boring. No, I've seen better fights. That was boring.
Yeah, tell us what we were talking about backstage, Juan, about fights right now.
I know, it's crazy.
The problem is, and I've had conversations already with others where back in the 80s and 90s, these boxing fights, they meant something. That was like family get-togethers. Like that was like the unknown, you're going to get together with your family, you're going to make a barbecue, you're going to gamble, you're going to drink. And now you're seeing these fights and I hate to say it, but promoters nowadays, the boxing promoters, they're a bunch of thieves, man. They're a bunch of thieves, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Like, they want to promote these fighters. I get it, but they don't want to do it how they used to do it. It's like, all right, well, you can fight my dude, but I need you to come to my backyard under my rules, under my stipulations. Like, no, I want to go to a neutral site, but that's the thing. It's one fighter thinks he deserves more than the other, and now it's all about the dough than it is about the pride. And I get it. Boxing careers are not long, but that's why it's considered a sport that's dying. At least here in the US, there's no action. There's no nothing out of it anymore.
You want to see somebody fuck out. That's what we want to see instead of all this, game playing and people getting paid off to get knocked out. We want to see some blood and stuff, right?
Yeah, I feel like the whole spectrum of fighting has changed so much. Like now when you think of Ryan Garcia, you think of him like as an Instagram model and like a sponsor for Fashion Nova.
We were talking like about that.
Literally a pretty boy. And now he's over here fighting. And like, honestly, to me, I didn't even know Ryan Garcia was a fighter when I first saw him because everybody's always like, oh my God, Ryan Garcia is so cute. Like he's so this and that. He's just like a celeb pretty boy. Like nobody really thought he was a fighter. Like even me, like I now look at his fights, I'm like, wow, he knocked that guy out, really? Like that. I don't know. That just sounds.
What did we say? The knockout looked like a Rocky movie. Just like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like.
That was funny.
Slutty Patty said Slutty Patty X the Rag House Media.
Man, that's what got me cracking up right now. I'm not sure if you saw.
What does that mean?
Down there.
Are we?
I mean,
are we
collab?
Huh?
I mean, he wants to collab. I mean, Slutty Patty, what do you have to offer?
Oh, cruise on in, Slutty Patty. Show us your face.
Yeah. Put your government name on the comments.
Oh boy, here we go. No, but as far as the whole, Campbell, Ryan, last comment I got on it is there was no action, and then the end of it was I want to take on Tank. Well, who else is left? What else can you do? It's not like you're gonna fight the same dude again. It's not like you're gonna go up in weight class. I mean, who else you got? Now the only bad thing is you waited 2-3 years too late. Tank's not as sprung as he once was, and it's kind of what's the point? What's you waited too long, dude. But yeah, I didn't. It's just not the same anymore for me.
It's not the same anymore. That's
it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game now. Like
what's up with Tana? YouTuber Tana.
Tana Mojo.
Tana Mojo. Tell me.
YouTuber Tana Mojo exposes her ex. Her ex is actually Bella Thorne, the girl that was on Shake It Up. She kind of went like crazy now. Not crazy, but like she's very out there, very I don't know how to say, like sexual, I guess you can say. She's very like different than her Disney Channel star self. But yeah, she made a music video about her. I'm going to use this in quotes because the song is called Stupid Effing Bitch. That's the song she made about Tana, and like she made a YouTube video and she was reacting to it, and she was just basically like exposing the whole relationship, that Bella Thorne doesn't pay her employees, that Bella Thorne is quote unquote gross. I guess she doesn't shower or something. I don't know. I guess it's just like beef that's been happening for a long time. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you guys know, like Tana Mojo's pretty. Yeah, she exposed her. Alondra said in the comments she exposed her. Yeah, Tana Mojo was literally like exposing her. I guess she was over it. They were so on and off for so many years, and that's when Tana Mojo came out as like not straight. So she said that her sexuality, because she was with Bella Thorne, but then everybody thought she was just with Bella Thorne for the clout, that she wasn't really gay. And there was this whole controversy about that since the beginning they were started dating. So now after so many years later that she literally exposed her, and even they made music about it, like she made music about her. It just goes to show how like blown the whole situation is. And it's insane because she's literally like, she was on Shake It Up, she was dancing like 10 years ago, and now she's over here making videos about her YouTube star ex. It's crazy. Like, what do you guys think about that? I don't know if you guys heard about all of that, or if you guys even know who the YouTuber Tana Mojo is.
My only thing about it is Bella Thorne, like you said, Disney Channel star, and then completely collapsed. Literally went downhill since then. But same with Tana Mongeau, because didn't she have that whole TanaCon or whatever that was a complete failure as well?
Yeah, that was her too. She's had so many scandals, and she did have a scandal where she said the N word. Like, she's been in a lot of
they're
problems.
perfect for each other at that point.
Yeah, true.
Wow. Oh wow.
No, yeah, she's had a lot of like scandals. That's why like when she exposed her, a lot of people were not really like that shocked, because like it's been like brewing for a while. Like they would always be on Twitter like tweeting back at each other like, you're this, you're that, and then the best friends would get involved, and it was like this whole drama. Like a lot of people like loved to like feud on it. And then remember when she got together with Jake Paul, and then Bella Thorne was all crying about it. She's like, oh my gosh, my ex is not Jake Paul. But then it turned out that I don't even know how her and Jake Paul are still talking or whatever, but you know how they got fake married or whatever that is. I don't know if you guys heard
I'm
about
gonna just
that.
say real quick, fuck Jake Paul. All right, move on. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
These are all just so problematic people. Like, this is literally what the entertainment, like, they like.
I already have a headache, man.
There is no limit when it comes to Austin, is there? There is no limit for this.
Not tonight, because we're talking about a bunch of freaking idiots.
Where did that come from, Austin? Where did that come from?
I know.
I was like, hey, whoa.
Yeah, there was some passion behind that. I like that, Austin.
Jake Paul. Jake Paul better respond to this. We better tag Jake Paul.
Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about him. Just
He was
talking about
also
him.
an ex Disney star. What's up with these ex Disney stars?
It's the clout, the fame goes to their
It's
head.
that Disney curse, man.
It just hurts my head.
It's just once it's over, it's over, you know, and that's kind of it.
Patty, we're not talking about our OnlyFans. We're leaving that out of it.
Hey guys, but this is breaking news. This is breaking news. Slatty Patty actually put his name out there. He's known by Clarence Lawrence. So Clarence, what's up, Clarence?
Yeah, what's up, Clarence? Thank you for tuning in, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Then.
All right, we have for one more entertainment. We're going over here. Sorry, guys. What should we jump on, Andrea?
Should we talk about Chrissy Teigen? I feel like she's just a queen. I love her. Chrissy Teigen though, but she did quit drinking. She's now sober. I don't know if you guys saw when she had a big miscarriage, and like she's very public. I like that she's so public about everything that she's going through in her life. Like she always just tell us like if we deserve to know as her fans, when she could just keep everything so private, you know. But she tells us, and like if I feel like we're included in her life as fans, as people that know her or follow her. But I love that she's so like out there. All the tweets that she tweeted on Donald Trump and all these things, like Chrissy Teigen, she's amazing. But she did say that she quit drinking and she's now sober. I think that she said that like she's now in a new journey for the new year. Like I guess that's her New Year's resolution. But I feel like maybe she wants to get pregnant again and not have that go wrong. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a mom or anything, but I feel like it must be so hard to go through such a big miscarriage, especially so publicly, and especially since she was almost like she already had her bump and everything. Like usually things go bad in pregnancies like the first 3 months, but it was so sad to see and to hear that she had such a big miscarriage and so publicly.
That's sad. That's sad.
It is.
Yeah, it's a
What
tough
do
one.
you have to say, April? Like your mom, how would you feel in that situation? Like I feel like that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's I couldn't. I have some friends that had miscarriages. Thank God I never, had a miscarriage. But yeah, it's definitely something super hardcore to go through. And then when you're in the media on top of that, but you also get a lot of support from the media. There's also a lot of positive support. So I'm sure that probably helped her out a bunch. So. All right, Andrea, first debut entertainment. She did badass.
Thank you guys.
Good job.
Let's go.
Yeah, now I got to ask you guys really quick. Who is Cardi B dating?
Whoa. Well, it seems like there's a few candidates, but I mean,
if it's Offset, we know the winner. And the winner is, let's see, who was the first one? Everybody started throwing out Offset right away. And so I think that seems to be the...
who's the first one?
Let's see. Let's look. It was it?
Don't tell me Slutty Patty.
It was Slutty Patty. Yay! Go Slutty Patty.
Slutty Patty, man. It's funny because... I just saw the notes right now. It says he's like, nah, screw that. Talk about me. All right, Slutty Patty, you want to talk about you? Then let's talk about you.
There you go, Slutty Patty. Congratulations, Fredo. You're on it, dude. You're right.
Oh,
Patty, you won. I have to reach out to you. Thank you for tuning in, and you are the winner. Look at what he. Let's go! Yeah, let's
go!
All right. So guess what's up next, y'all? Here we go.
Here we go. What is up, everybody? So, who's ready for a little bit of sports talk, huh? Who's ready for this?
I am.
Well, let's get to it. So, we actually have to start out with some breaking news that just happened right now. A little bit a while ago. The Pro Bowl running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, Josh Jacobs, unfortunately, he did get a DUI on his record. So unfortunately, at 4:40 this morning, he got crashed at a tunnel at an airport at 4:42 this morning. Police had to go investigate, and what ended up happening was they determined that he was intoxicated. So he did get a little banged up. So they took him to the hospital, and then they put him in the County Clark Detention Center where he was booked for a DUI. A few hours later, he was bailed out. Josh Jacobs' lawyer, he did say that he plans to plead a not guilty. According to a statement by his team, no complaint has been filed against our client, and there are no blood test results to support a suggestion of impairment. So this is just all crazy because the law's saying one thing, their team saying another, and the Raiders did issue out a statement saying, we are aware of the situation involving Josh Jacobs. The organization takes these matters seriously, and we have no further comment at this time. My only reaction to this is, look, he's 22. We've all done stupid things, but you kind of have the money to kind of, I don't know, get a Lyft or Uber. But, hopefully the good thing is nobody was injured. Nobody was hurt. It was just a one-car crash, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if the NFL has to get involved. We'll see if he does have to serve some time, whatever it is. But we'll see what happens from there. So that was the breaking news for now. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of things. So college football, we all saw it. The playoffs happened. And to be honest, they were pretty boring. Look, Alabama rolled.
I always think
they were very boring. Look, Alabama rolled over Notre Dame. Notre Dame had no shot at this game. There was no shot. And Ohio State comes up with a big upset over Clemson, which could have ended Trevor Lawrence's tenure with Clemson if he decides to enter the draft. He will, but he's not going to walk away from the first pick. But now we got the championship matchup set. It's Alabama, Ohio State. It's a rematch for the very first time they introduced the college football playoff format. And if I were to give a prediction for all my fans out there right now that are watching this, I am going to go with Alabama. They are just way too talented for any college team right now. These guys are not recruiting guys that can play on Saturday. These guys are recruiting players that are going to play on Sunday. And we got a comment, Ohio State, let's go Buckeyes. Okay, Joanne, we'll see. We shall, but okay. It's just Alabama. They're just recruiting players that are NFL ready today, and that's the scary thing. So that's my prediction for this one. And then for the Heisman, that is tomorrow. They already have the finalists all set up. It is Devontae Smith, the wide receiver from Alabama, Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback from Clemson, Mac Jones, the quarterback from Alabama, and then Kyle Trask, the quarterback from Florida. If I were to have a vote, give me Devontae Smith. That dude is – it's rare for a skill position to win the Heisman. It hasn't happened since 1991, the year I was born. So it's been a long time since a skill position other than quarterback, running back has won it. So I'm going to go with Devontae Smith. The dude is just a baller. That dude is going to have, barring injury, he's going to have a great career in the NFL. He's going to have a great career in the NFL. That dude is top-notch, one of the best players in the country, and he deserves the Heisman. So moving on to the Major League Baseball. Look, there's going to be a lot of statements that are going to be made this year, but one of the statements I do have for this year, keeping up with the Joneses. So the Padres, they're doing everything to keep up with the Dodgers. That's their closest competition in that division. The Padres are doing everything they can to slow down the Dodgers. And how are they doing it? Pitching, baby. You got to stop those heavy hitters from the Dodgers, man. So what they end up doing, they traded for Yu Darvish. They traded for Blake Snell. And that's already a 1-2 deadly combo, two-day starter. Now you add Lamet, Chris Paddock, Mike Clevenger. That's a good rotation lineup for the San Diego Padres. That is going to be one interesting matchup I can't wait to see. The Padres and Dodgers are looking like the two teams that are about to take over the NL, especially the NL West and the National League itself. And lastly, for baseball, the hottest free agent name of all, DJ LeMahieu. All right. I don't know if I said his name right, but he can play. He can play. He turned down a $19 million offer from the Yankees. So the Yankees were offering him all this money. He said, not for me, man. I want something bigger. And it's understandable. He finished fourth in AL MVP voting. He hit a 364, 10 home runs. He led all of the American League with a 421 on-base percentage and a 1.011 of slugging. Now, that's all fine and dandy. The problem for me, he's 32 years old.
That's old, right?
How much more game do you really got? I mean, to turn down $19 million from the Yankees, that's a lot. That is a lot. And he's good, but at 32, I would have to think long and hard.
I think if I may interrupt.
Go ahead, Ray. What you got?
It's Austin, by the way.
Oh, Austin, what's up, Austin? My bad.
DJ LeMahieu, as we know, is a fantastic contact hitter, right? For the last 3-4 years, he's been a solid leadoff hitter or a second in the lineup for the Yankees and the Rockies. He's done great things. Yeah, he turned down $19 million from the Yankees, but maybe it's not money he wants, like we talked about. It's length, right? Yeah, he's 32 years old, but did that stop the Angels from signing Albert Pujols? No. And look at that. We're suffering now. Anyways.
Not just suffering, it's like bad.
Yeah. Look, I just for me, if I was ever running a team, 32. I mean, look, how many more years do you got? Maybe
I give him
3.
I give him 4 or 5 years max contract. I give him 4
like
to 5
what?
years.
Maybe 3 great ones and then a couple good ones and then it's see you later. Like, I don't know. At 32, and look, teams are still going for it. He is the hottest name in free agency right now. There has been talk about the Yankees trying to re-sign him because they can't let that guy go. The Mets, they want some power now. They want to compete in the New York market, especially now that they have a new owner. They have a new established, they want to compete with the Yankees now. The Rockies, they're trying to get him back. I think they just want to rekindle that little fire that they had once upon a time. The Marlins, they're in favor. They're in play. And surprisingly, the Dodgers are a last-minute contender. They're a last-minute contender. And should the Dodgers get DJ, that Padre Dodger games. Those tickets are going to be the hottest tickets in Southern California. That's the game everybody's going to want to go to, because that right now, Padres Dodgers, that's the game for Southern California right now. Like, that's it. And the fact that they're both in the division, they're both competing. They're trying to compete for the NL West. It looks good on paper. It looks good. Let's see how it looks like heading into the regular season. And lastly, we got to talk about the NFL. The regular season just ended yesterday, and today is a terrible day. It is Black Monday. Black Monday is the day where if your team didn't make the playoffs and you're in a bind, franchises are going to make decisions for you. So we already knew 3 franchises that do need a new head coach. There was the Texans, the Falcons, and the Lions. We already knew that. The Texans started 0-4. They fired their head coach. Falcons 0-5. They let go of Dan Quinn. The Lions were kind of a little cheesy about it. They fired their head coach 2 days after Thanksgiving. I thought that was kind of a little bit of a low blow. Like, hey, happy Thanksgiving. Get out. that was kind of mean. That's kind of like, hey, thanks, I guess. But we found out today the Jets finally had fired Adam Gase. Look, 2 years, 9-23. Adam Gase could say whatever he wants at that point. 9-23. It just was not working out. They did decide to keep the general manager, though. That's a very key component. Joe Douglas is going to have one more year at this. So now, heading into the season and throughout the season, it looked like the Jets were going to get the number 1 pick. Well, they won a couple, believe it or not. They won a couple games, and now they moved up from 1 to 2. So Joe Douglas is going to have to make a big decision. Do you draft quarterback? Do you package that, or you draft the best player available? Now, knowing Joe Douglas, he's going to want somebody familiar how he runs the team and how he goes about the team. So there is one name that hasn't been popped up in a long time, but he started making circles back. Marvin Lewis, the longtime head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, that looks like the hot candidate right now for the Jets. For the Jaguars, the same thing. They fired their head coach. They fired their general manager, Doug Marrone. After 5 years, 23-43, they fired Dave Caldwell, the general manager, in November. And right now, if you were to ask me, would I take this job, knowing that they were the worst team in football and they have the number 1 pick, would I take this job? Absolutely, I would take this job. I love challenges, and you can't get a bigger challenge than this. You got the number 1 pick in the draft. You have $81 million in cap space, so you can make a lot of moves with that. And you have 11 draft picks heading into this draft. That is a lot of room to wiggle, to make some moves. We already know who's going number 1. It's Trevor Lawrence. He can say whatever he wants at this point. He can say, you know what? On Saturdays, I like to party. All right, I don't care. We're still taking you number 1. Or I don't want to play in Jacksonville. Or I don't like Florida. All right, I don't care. You're coming to Jacksonville. There's nothing Trevor Lawrence can do or say at this point that they're not going to take him. But this is a good opportunity for the next general manager and the next head coach. You get $81 million in cap space to build the team you want. You got the number 1 pick plus an additional first rounder this year and a lot of seconds next year. This is the hot. I know there's eyes popping right now from this screen. I'm seeing like the Jaguars, but trust me, this is the job a lot of people are going to want. It's your call, your move, because Shad Khan's going to give you everything in your power to make it happen. And lastly, the Los Angeles Chargers, and I was actually kind of shocked about this. The Los Angeles Chargers decided to fire Anthony Lynn today. They ended the year on – oh, what's up, Fredo? We got something?
We do. Let me finish. Let you finish that off. But I do have some breaking news on the Chargers. I do have a couple of good people within the organization who overshare a lot of information with me. And I don't know if you want me to say this, but the Chargers are close to signing a deal with Jason Garrett, former Cowboys head coach, who will possibly become the head coach.
Yeah, the clapper's back. The clapper's back, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that was one of the names. That was one of the names that was there, but they did decide to let go of Anthony Lynn. They ended the year with a 4-game win streak. I thought that was going to be enough to save his job. It wasn't. But there is some good things.
Years.
It's tough. It's tough because I don't know with the Chargers. I just don't like the owner. Dean Spanos is just too. The Spanos family, they're just. How can I put it? They're too impatient.
They're impatient, but they're also cheap. They're very cheap.
Yeah.
I just know a lot about the Chargers and the way they run, the way they've been doing things versus a very cheap organization, plain and simple. Cheap.
They are. It's a lot. And the problem is with Anthony Lynn, it was just too many games they lost by one scores, and that was because of decisions by him and his staff. Whether it was running a last-second play and then running out of time, or maybe not giving the kicker enough time to set up the game-winning field goal. Whatever it was, it always seems the Chargers were at the worst ends for a game every single week this year. And I get it. You ended on a 4 game, but the Chargers do have a positive. Justin Herbert looks good. He looks really good. That's a problem.
Amazing.
That is a problem. Now, if they can give him an offensive line, then watch out. But for the Chargers, for Anthony Lynn, it's over. I don't think he'll be out of work for a long time. Somebody will pick him up. He's a really good coach, just ran into bad luck. And the names I'm hearing right now for head coaching jobs that are very popular this year, Brian DeBall, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. I didn't mention earlier Marvin Lewis, Snake Charger. Marvin Lewis, the former head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Jim Caldwell, the former head coach of the Detroit Lions. That's something to keep your eye on. He hasn't coached in a while, but he's thinking of coming back. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator for the Buccaneers, he did coach the Jets. It didn't work out for him. He went back to DC duties, but now he's getting another shot. Brandon Staley, the linebacker coach of the Rams, he's thinking about getting a head coaching job. His name out of nowhere was just, give him a job. But it was just weird. His name was one of those, whoa, where did he come from? But good enough to get interviews. Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, keep your eye out for him. Robert Saleh. Now, from what I'm hearing, as of right now, the Detroit Lions are about this close to making a deal with him. For Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator from the 49ers. I do not know how that's going to work. They just fired a defensive coordinator in Matt Patricia. So I do not know what the thinking is for the Lions. You just let go of one guy who was a defensive genius. You're going to hire another defensive genius. What's the plan? So we'll see what happens there with that. Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, his name's got bringing up. And Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Now, that dude is going to get a lot of interviews because when your name is attached to Patrick Mahomes and you're the offensive coordinator, you're going to get job interviews. You're going to get job interviews. So
that's a lot. It
is what it is. It's just when you're with the Chiefs right now and you're working with Andy Reid and you personally work with Patrick Mahomes, best believe you're going to get a job interview. For sure, you will get a job interview.
Hey, Juan,
and
who's
lastly, Julian Garcia. Julian Garcia, that is my brother.
He knows a lot about sports too.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't listen to him. He'll make you lose $100 real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
One
He goes more with his heart and not up here.
He's one of those. Yeah,
he's one of But yeah, and then lastly, the playoffs are set. So we got the matchups. After 256 games, the playoffs are all set for the NFL. Kansas City, they get the first seed for the AFC. Green Bay's get the first seed for the NFC. So they got a bye week. So for you Chiefs fan, Packer fans, hang tight. Enjoy your week off. We'll see you next week. Now, for Saturday, it is Super Wild Card Weekend now. Now that they added the 7th seed, there is now going to be 3 wild card games instead of your normal 2. Sunday, Saturday. Now we get 3 on Saturday, Sunday. So first up on the slate on Saturday, we got the Colts and the Bills. look, these two teams are heading in the right direction. The Colts defense looks good, and the Buffalo Bills offense looks amazing. Which one's going to falter first? Which one's going to bend first? If my prediction, give me the Bills on this one. I think the Bills are just going to be too much for the Colts right now, and I don't think the Colts offense can keep up with the Bills offense at this point. They're good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think so. The way the Bills are rolling right now, the way they've embarrassed, their last three opponents, that's too tough for me to give the Colts an edge, but it should be a good game. Next up, here we go, April. We got the Rams taking on the Seahawks.
Holy shit.
Fredo, you better watch yourself, brother.
I'm scared for Los Angeles because I feel like there's going to be a riot.
We don't deserve it. We do not deserve it. We can't even make a touchdown. We're like this close to the touchdown line.
I don't want to blow your prediction, Juan, but I'm just going to let everybody know out there. The Seattle Seahawks are just too good for the LA Rams.
Yeah, we're gonna get our asses beat. We don't even belong in there. Whatever. I'm already cheering on for next year.
Yeah, LA.
Yeah, but I love my Rams. Win or die. Sorry. At least I'm not a Raiders.
No shots. That's the worst one. That's worse.
Yikes. But look, this is going to be the rubber match teams. And we all remember last time, April, I'm sorry to bring up bad memories, but we all saw last time they went to Seattle, and Seattle they owned them. And yeah, I don't see any difference this time. I really don't. I think the Rams are they're in a situation where they're just too banged up. And Seattle, they're starting to click defensively, and it's hard to bet against Russell Wilson. So give me the Seahawks.
We don't have a quarterback. Cup has. Yeah, we're bummed.
And then the last Saturday game. This is a weird one for me because I've only seen this a few times watching, football my whole life, where the Buccaneers, who are 11-5, have to go to Washington, who end up 7-9. I want you to understand this. The Washington football team only won 7 games, and they have to host a playoff.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to the beauty and the ugly of the NFL. That is the ugly side. So the Buccaneers, they're 11-5. We know what the stakes were for them. The second Tom Brady signed in Tampa Bay. Super Bowl or bust. Now, they got a long road. They got to go to Washington, where, let's face it, offensively, they're not the scariest, but defensively, they're building something. If you really look at it, with Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Kerrigan off the side, Bostic in the middle. They have a good couple safeties back there. One more good draft, the Washington football team, I could see them competing for this division and maybe get more than just 7 wins, because everybody else in the NFC East is just, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Awful's a good start. Awful's a very good start, but yeah.
I mean, that's a start and the end. There's nothing else to do with that. Seriously.
Well, we're out of time. But
I want to say one thing to Juan. I don't want to let him get away with this real quick. Sorry, April. Sorry to hold us back.
No, that's okay. I know Juan has something to say.
Yeah, I know he's probably going to have some response. But when you were talking about the San Diego Padres, it's not like hype them up too much, because San Diego Padres have not proven anything. They got some good players. They got good players. They got a good star here. Blake Snell. They got Yu Darvish, who has been nobody for the past 3 years since he's left the Dodgers. But the Padres got a lot to prove. They're too young. They're trying to buy off a way into the playoffs, and it's not going to work.
I agree with Fredo. I agree. I agree.
Plain and simple.
We concur.
It's not to fall in love with the hype, but it's just on paper it looks good. Now I just need to see it play out.
I mean, they're too young. They're 22, 23, 21. These are kids.
I don't want to hear none of this on paper crap. The Angels look good on paper for the last 8 to 10 years, and I've been suffering this entire time. Okay, I don't want to hear this on paper crap anymore. I'm over that.
Mike Trout, you got Mike Trout.
Over this on paper crap. I'm over.
Oh man. So
Anyways.
close it. I got the Buccaneers over Washington. Then on Sunday, give me the Ravens over the Titans. Give me the Ravens over the Titans on this one. I'm going to go with an upset here. We got the Saints over the Bears, and then we got the Steelers over the Browns. I don't think the Browns can duplicate what they did this past Sunday against the Steelers. So give me the Steelers over the Browns for that final playoff matchup. So it should be exciting. I hope it's exciting because, after watching, the college
Raiders?
football playoffs. After watching that college football playoffs, I am convinced that committee has never been to a football game in their life. I am convinced now that they don't even know what the smell of charcoal in the parking lot is. That was embarrassing. Right. Those were the 4 best teams in the country. Give me a break.
There you go. Juan Sports. Yeah. All right. We went over big time. We had a lot of information.
This is overtime.
Overtime, not big time, overtime. Slotty Patty was the winner of Whole Life Soap. Slotty Patty, thank you so much for tuning in. I got your address. Slotty Patty's from California, believe it or not.
What? I thought he was from Japan or something.
Well, his mom lives in Europe, I think, and so he was trying to get that Whole Life Soap sent out to Europe. So, Slotty Patty, thank you for tuning in. Ashley says, "I love the energy you guys carried through the show. This is really cool. Loved all the topics covered, especially the sports talk. I wonder who she knows. Does she know someone? Of course she does. Andrea got a lot of love. Austin." You did badass game. Fredo, you're so awesome. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Raghouse Media. Next weekend, we're going to start our new sponsors next Monday at 8 p.m. New sponsors coming in, giving away free stuff. If you're interested in boxing online, you want to tune in. Also, Justice is going to be our guest. She's coming on in. She does some crazy photographs of very famous people. She also just got a published book written about a mafioso man. And it's true stuff, man. Some guy who went out there who killed people. Actually, it was his life. That's his life job. So thank you so much for tuning in. Any shout outs before we go, guys?
Just everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Shout outs to your mom. Make sure you check out the Fredo Show Sunday nights, 8 p.m. on YouTube. Austin.
Shout out to my girlfriend, by the way, for watching. I know you're watching, but not saying anything, but shout out to you. I know you're watching.
There you go. You guys have a wonderful beginning. Yes, wonderful 2021. We will catch you next Monday, 8 p.m. Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Love you guys. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later. Bye.